Right, a bit high, now let's get a bit lower. Yeah, it looks better. Maybe I should just put my camera a bit higher. Yeah, right. I think this is it. Nice. So let's see if stream is activated. I think so. And yes, we're on. So let's just copy the link to Facebook. Preview quality is a bit low, I don't know why. Probably it's YouTube, I'm not sure. Alright. We're live. We're come on then. Share. Let's spam the forums a bit. Because why not? Just making sure I am in the top 5 of people who respond to the Facebook groups. This is the way. And okay, I think it's shared. Alright, we're live. Yep. So it must be enough. Now stop chatting by Facebook. Please come to the YouTube feed, because that will be a lot easier. And good evening, Frank, Peter, Jean-Claude, Martin, good evening. And welcome to another weekly show. So I have quite a full program, I think, quite a program with lots of different topics. And first I need some drink because my throat is messing it up. My bad. Hey, 2 Franks. It will be difficult to distinguish you, both of you. Why am I late? According to my clock, it's only a couple of minutes. What am I doing wrong here? Anyway, maybe it's just for Rene because he's on his bike rushing home to be able to visit the show as well. Ben, good evening. Right, I think we're all set up here. Some people are chatting on Facebook, but I have to respond to that later. Alright. Okay, email down. Oop, wrong button. Unused applications down because they're distracting me. And let's get on the intro. Alright. More messages in the background, but who cares? Thank you, Miroslav, and welcome to the show. Right, and we're back. So we just got a compliment of one of the well-known ZX Spectrum enthusiasts from the Czech Republic, I think. Am I right? Am I mistaken here? Let me check. He's from... I won't tell his full address, of course. He's from Czech, in the Czech Republic. Alright, so I hope all the audio is okay. I'm going to run the music right now. So it won't be only my voice you're hearing. And something started. Ah, there it is. Whoa. Wow, that's a loud start. It's a new YouTube video posted by ZXAAA only a week or 2 ago, so it's quite new, and I think will be an awesome new track as background music again. Are you drunk? What did you drink, Frank? I only had a beer just a moment ago because I was stressed out by some frustration with the kids. And let me explain myself. Sometimes the supermarkets here in Holland have That was very Dutch. What was very Dutch? Anyway, the supermarkets here have all kinds of things. They're trying to get customers over to their shop, and even especially the kids. So you can collect the stickers and also and albums and that sort of things. And now you could save for the car, the Formula 1 car of the well-known Dutch driver. Oh, what happens to my... something happened there. From Max Verstappen. I hope that's correct English. Good evening, Stuart, Tim, Jan, another Martin, I think. Darren, good evening. Well, Panini stickers you cannot get from the supermarkets here. You can only buy them from other shops. Oh, no, I'm mistaken. Of course. You had the soccer albums from Panini here, of course, and some other ones. So there have been some Panini things going on in supermarkets. But you could save for the small version of the Formula 1 car from Max Verstappen. And the problem is my son already had one from something a couple of years ago from the supermarket Jumbo. And there was another one you could save for during the last month. And the problem is that my daughter don't want to miss out. She was fighting with my son even before they had the new car. Who would get the car in their bedroom. So they're still fighting, I think. It's quite a bit quiet at this moment, but an hour ago it was totally different. So I said, when no one gets it, we'll see, and you just sort it out before we take a decision. And I think that's good parenthood, don't you think? Anyway, so that's the frustration that you get with the kids sometimes, of course. It's normal, it's nothing special, of course. Anyway, let's dive into the program. Let's skip over the things here. I have another nostalgic snack. I forgot to get the pack out of from downstairs, but I have something here. What more do I have here? Let's see. Oh, of course, I have to do the giveaway for the 1,000 subscribers. Actually, it was a deja vu because we already had 1,000 and now we have 1,000 again. I have no idea what happened, but we'll discuss it in a moment. Alright, so some stupid things about those two characters there. We'll discuss that in a second. And oh, it was a hot day today. I think it was about 25 degrees here, so I had to put the air conditioning on because here in the attic it always gets very hot, over 10 degrees more hotter than outside. So the air conditioning is still on at the moment, and it's 25 degrees inside here, so it's getting more reasonable. Strange having such a hot day in October. But it happens sometimes. Okay, I did some PC upgrades this week and I'm not finished yet, but we'll talk about that in a second. Oh yeah, or of course the new Fusion magazine came in. If you haven't got it, you can still obtain one, I guess, because I think he has lots of them. It's a nice magazine. But of course everyone is waiting for the Crash Annual, of course, which will be even more awesome. There has been some news about the MBO 3 Plus from Jen Kusira from the 8-Bit Company, which I think is great. I want to do some live demo of the desoldering station I have here. I bought a lot of ZX Spectrums this week. Unfortunately, none of them came in, but I have some other stuff here which came in and is related to the ZX Spectrum. And if I have time left and I'm in a good mood, then I can do some live repairs again, because I have some stuff here from someone from, let's see, where was he from? I have two boxes here. Oh, Denmark, of course. Yeah, Denmark, and from someone from the Netherlands, and it will be my first ZX81 to refurbish and repair. and I haven't done one before, but I ordered some new keyboard membranes and they came in, so I think that will be nice. Let's see what's on the chat. Firefox 50, good evening. I'm not sure who you are, but if you want to tell us your name so I know who you are, then it would be a lot more easy. Lelikos, good evening. The same disc? Oh, this one from IKEA. Well, I will tell you some more about that because I'm ordering 2 more in a different color very soon, but not for here. Alright, so a lot of people online at the moment. Let's start off with the first topic, but let me just split my screens here so I can see everything that's happening on the chat at the same time and don't miss out on anything. Hey Jen, good evening. I think it will be in tomorrow, Frank, because I had it in today, I think, this morning, I thought. It can't take long. And I won't tell you everything, but I can tease you a bit that I'm discussing a lot of new hardware stuff that goes into the annual with Simon and Goodwin, who was the actual tech reviewer from Crash back in the days. And maybe you've seen my post on my timeline last week with a screenshot, or actually a photo of one of the Crash magazines from 1989, I think, where Simon was mentioned in the first page of the magazine. So he's back in business, as you can say, and he's really doing very cool work. And he's really an in-depth guy, so he goes through a lot to write his articles. So that will be very awesome, I think. I can't wait for it, of course, but the deadline is in a couple of days, I think, or weeks, I'm not sure, 2 weeks maybe. And then annual will be printed and sent out. But I shouldn't tell you anymore because maybe I'm telling you already too much. I don't know. Let's see, first topic. Yeah, well, okay. So we had 1,000 subscribers last week. 2 weeks ago, I think, because last week the show didn't go on, my bad. But for some reason the subscription number went down to 9.95. I have no idea why, but it's back now because I don't know. Because I don't know. I have no idea why. Let me show you. Alright, so my channel. So here it is. So we're at this moment, we are the stable 1,003 subscribers, which I will zoom in a bit so you can read it a bit. Ah, that's too much. Sorry. Now my next goal will be. Hey, that's me. Look at that. We'll be getting 4,000 viewing hours of people, and I'm not just trying to get you view as much as you can to any of my videos, but I'm trying to offer you decent videos and streams because I like doing this, and I hope you people like it as well. And but of course I would like to, if I can, I would like to get some revenue from YouTube. We'll see if that works. I don't know, but if it will work, it will encourage me to make more videos, and I have lots of things to make videos from. I mean, so we'll see about that. And I will do the giveaway tomorrow, I think, because I'm a bit tired and I have to dig into the getting the subscribers list in an Excel and pasting it into randompicker.com or something like that. I don't want to do that right now. We'll do it tomorrow, and most probably we'll do that. I will do that with a live stream as well, so you guys can see. So if you're subscribed to this channel, you're still making a chance for winning the free ZX HD with Raspberry Pi. And of course, I'm not allowed to sell it as one device, but I think I can do a giveaway with an assembled way, so you won't need to do that yourself. We'll see about that tomorrow. Let's see. Does this work? Where's my chat? This doesn't work. I'm trying to move to videos, but this doesn't work at all. Just a sec. What is happening here, man? All right, this is better. Where's my chat? There's the chat. Okay. Okay, so of course, if you have any idea of a topic to discuss, let me know, and maybe I will throw it in the program, or maybe I will put it in the next show. All right. Last week I had to order some stuff. Actually, this rack and one more downstairs, and I spray painted this in silver, so a couple of layers. But anyway, this is for for my boards, expectant boards, which I use a lot for testing. For example, I usually test about all RAM chips I get in, and I test all kinds of things like logic chips, for example, for the Harlequin kits before I ship them out. And I need to know if they work, because sometimes I have batches that are not very reliable, and I need to check if they are okay for shipment. So that's why I use a lot of boards, and actually these two are the new Harlequin boards, which will be available in a couple of days, I hope. I must offer them because people have been waiting long enough. But I had to make a couple because Simon had some problems with assembling his, and I wanted to know if the black version maybe had a fault in the board or something. But my first attempt was successful, so that wasn't a problem at all. So I have a green one and a black one. You may have seen the photos on Facebook, and I think they are cool boards. And Don, who designs these boards, is always working on new revisions. He made so many revisions that I don't know if there is a website showing all his Harlequin versions. So at this moment you have the Omni, which is his design, I think, which Georgia and China manufactures with the batteries and that sort of thing. You have the Nuvo, and another new type with the DivMC interface integrated, but I really don't like the solution, not only because I'm selling the DivMC interface myself, of course, but also because this version here, the version where he integrates the SD card interface has the slot on the right side, and I don't think many people will have an easy time of assembling, creating a hole in the right side of the case, you know. So I don't think that's the best solution. If you would integrate an SD card, then put it on top or something, will be a lot more easy. But anyway, there are plenty of different machine interfaces available, and Harlequin boards in 128K form will be available very soon as well. And I think it's great, and you can see here one here switched on. It's a green, same green board inside this case here. I'll just leave it on all the time. Anyway, where was I? When I ordered these racks, the shop who sold them also had some snacks, some very old snacks, and I don't know if you guys have seen this before. You may think, what the hell is he doing? What is that? No, it's not a cigarette. It's not from a tree or something. You can eat this. Hey, Renee, you made it. It's actually licorice, the actual licorice. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, because I'm doubting myself at the moment. And it's very sweet. It's actually the roots from one plant that where this comes from, and I remember eating this a lot when I was a kid, and I liked it a lot back then. So the taste is very nostalgic. So I think this goes into the category of nostalgic snacks, and this is absolutely not unhealthy. It's a very healthy thing. It's a kind of sugar sweet that is without calories. So it's a good snack. I won't eat it right now because it's kind of ugly to see someone eating it, you know. Let's see, where were we? Right. So, I have two plush animals here, and I will start with the Sonic. You may have seen the photo of the three of these, because I went to the swimming pool last Monday with my son. He's home from school early on Mondays, and I wanted to have some time off, so we went to a big swimming pool from a bungalow park nearby, and they have a whitewater track there, so we like to do the whitewater trek a couple of dozens of times in an afternoon. I think our record is 66 times in a day or something like that. Anyway, licorice. I said that, didn't I? Licorice root. Okay. Frank, you know too much. Sorry, Darren, but yeah, we like it. So there were some claw machines there, and that's what you get in a bungalow park most of the time here in Holland. And I've never tried those claw machines before, and I usually like the coin machines, you know, the coin dozers and that sort of thing, and just spending time. And so I wanted to try the claw machines, and I think I spent only €4 something and got 3 of these out. So, for €4 for 3 of these is not expensive. But of course I tried a lot of other ones. There was another claw machine with only Marios in there, and it's but they were laying flat, and then it's a lot more difficult. So I didn't succeed with those, and I even didn't succeed with My Little Ponies, the plush animals. Well, I don't think I have to be ashamed of not getting My Little Ponies, but anyway. And something else, my daughter was talking about a new, how do you call it? A new mania. I don't know what the word is. Anyway, these Beanie Boos. I really, where did kids get it from? I think it's just from the commercials from TV. And anyway, I did. What happens there, man? Lots of messages coming in from by email. We were looking for these on AliExpress, and my daughter found one, and we also came across this gorilla, and she said, "It looks like you, and you have to buy it." Okay, so I bought it. Anyway, tell me if you think it looks like me. I will do it again. Does it look like me? And if you say yes, then your chance of winning a ZX HD will be a lot lower, of course. No, I'm just joking. Anyway, that was what kept me busy during last week, and which is quite off topic, except for the Sonic, of course. And the cool thing about Sonic in the Fusion magazine is that it's featured here in 3 pages, I think. Let me check it again. Where it is here. Where was it? Ah, look at that. Sonic Mania. So I have to show this to my kid. A couple of pages about Sonic. And of course they never played Sonic, so they have no idea who it is, but the character looks so cool, so of course all kids are attracted to those characters. I can get that. Those eyes, yeah. The owl looks more like me? What? What happens here, man? Hey Mark, good evening. Good to see you on this chat. What did I see last week? I saw something crossing on Facebook about Mark. What was it? Oh, I think you're mentioned by Chris Wilkins, Mark, I think. For the annual, maybe, I'm not sure. Or for the Fusion, I don't know. Anyway, you were working with him. Well, plans, I have plenty of plans, Mark, but time, you know. I still have to order the pick and place machine, and I said, I think 2 weeks I said it will be done in a couple of days. It's still a couple of days. It's like the place that say tomorrow free beer, you know. But I really want to order the machine, and I plan to do it tomorrow. So I want to order the machine tomorrow, and once that is done, I can offer the products people have been waiting for so long. And then, man, whoa, a lot of messages here. Cool, Mark, that you're writing for Fusion. I can't wait to read about what you're doing there. Now I have distracted myself. That's cool. Wow, a lot of chats here. Oh, really? Who sold a second-hand Celix HD? What happens? Let's see. Yeah, Play-Doh term. Well, people are waiting for SpectraNet. People are waiting for plenty of other stuff. The Harlequin kits. Yeah, what I can say about the SpectraNet is one part still hasn't arrived, and I was checking about the shipment status, and the strange thing was that the shipment status said they did arrive. So I was really, confused, because it should be somewhere here. The shipment status said. I'm checking again if if it's not here, because I have some parts that arrived, but it's really not here. So I don't know what happened. According to the shipment status, my wife picked it up at the post office, but I don't have an idea where it went. So I ordered them again today from Poland, and the new parts will arrive in a couple of days, so then I can work on a SpectraNet. Well, I don't connect serial numbers to people. Don't be afraid. I'm not that kind of a creep. That would be a privacy thing, you know. maybe I don't know. I have to do talking about privacy and all the things going on worldwide. I still have to do some reading about what's required from me as a company. Not done it yet, but last week I finished some work on insurances, although it's not completely finished, because the insurance person, who is a friend of mine, sent me an email with his suggestions, and I just have to say yes, I know, but still have to do that. It's one of the last emails I have to process, but I want to read that carefully, of course. Okay, well, SpectraNet will definitely not connect to your Commodore 64. But anyway, where are we? Okay, some other things that kept me busy, and these are more on topic, I think. More slightly. No, maybe not. I'm thinking of upgrading my workstation server here from ByteDelight to Coffee Lake era, so the just the 8th generation of core CPUs from Intel. But the problem is that Intel just announced that they can't keep up with demand of the cheaper CPUs from that range, and now in a couple of days prices have shot through the roof and are still going up, which is ridiculous. There are even some shops here in Holland that limit people from buying only 2 CPUs at a time, which is ridiculous at this time. Well, we'll do that in a second, René. I guess you're talking about the Embraer 3, maybe, I think. The thing I'm frustrated a bit was a mistake from myself, because someone was offering a Core i5 CPU from the Coffee Lake generation for only €140, which is very cheap at this moment, because mostly people are offering the same one for over €200. And I waited for a day, and I was too late, of course. And all the other CPUs are way more expensive. So I think I just have to wait for a couple of weeks and hope Intel will just solve the issues with the manufacturing process. We'll have to wait about that. In the meantime, I wanted to make some space downstairs because the kids need bigger tables, so I will buy this table and 2 of them, but in another color because white won't match the colors in the living room. And these are great tables, and you have some space for storing stuff. You know, this is my packing drawer. So with the tape, the address labels, the stamps, and that sort of thing. Whoops, a little bit hard. So I wanted to make space, and we had a couple of PCs downstairs, all on towers or small desktops. And what I did is I bought a second-hand Core i5 laptop and used that instead of the Core i3 desktop, which was in the living room for me and my wife. So I have now the Core i3 desktop sitting behind this desk here. I have to sell that, I think. Maybe I will reuse the case, I'm not sure. And the next steps are, which I already have done, is using the same rack as this one for tablets and smartphones downstairs. So you can put in 8 smartphones and or tablets, and we have 7, so it's almost completely filled up. But it saves a lot of space on your desk if you do it in a rack like this, and this only costed a couple of euros, so that wasn't an issue. And the next step now is to order 2 of these desks, and I will reuse the 2 displays I had downstairs. I think 20 inches Full HD, something like that, for the kids, so they have cool displays for their machines. And at the moment they still have to use their machines they have now, because I cannot upgrade my server, so no hardware will pass on to them. Maybe except for the Core i3 desktop I have here. Maybe if it's faster than the one my daughter is using at the moment, maybe she can have that. Anyway, a lot of off-topic stuff here, but I really am frustrated that I missed out on the Core i5 Coffee Lake CPU, and I really want to upgrade my server here because I don't have a M.2 SSD, I don't have DDR4, I have quite a slow CPU. It's an i7, but it's from the 3rd generation of Intel i7 CPUs, so it's an old one, a couple of 7 years old, maybe something like that, 6 or 7 years. And since I'm doing lots of videos and other stuff on this machine, I really want it to be as fast as possible. But we'll see about that in the future. So I was just talking about the Fusion magazine. I don't want to show you everything which is in here, because then it will spoil the fun of that. But cool photos, cool game reviews, and that sort of thing, and cool mugs. retrocomputermugs.co.uk. Anyway, I don't want to show you everything except for things like this, because I'm an Alien fan, so I really like reviews like this. Something like Doom and other things here. Chairman returns, Crash Annual 2018. Nice preview picture of the annual which is coming. But order it for yourself and have a nice evening reading this magazine again, because it's very fun reading that. Well, put it away for now, because get over to his website and get it yourself. Yeah, I've been thinking about AMD, Darren, but the thing is, maybe if I will do that, maybe well, the problem is you cannot upgrade to Intel back again, you know, and the thing is, you cannot use your SSD installed with Windows 10 for Intel on an AMD machine. You have to completely reinstall it. So I'm not waiting for that. I just want Coffee Lake, you know. Coffee Lake. I like coffee. I like Coffee Lake. I know it doesn't have to do anything about it with that, but anyway, we'll just have to wait a bit longer or spend more money. But I don't like spending more money than I think it's worth. get coffee. Ray tracing on the ZX Spectrum, yeah. Well, maybe we can implement some routines in the ZX HD or something. It's just a matter of programming, you know. If people are smart enough, and I think there are many smart people amongst us. The only thing is getting to know new hardware and new development environments, which takes years to really get to know them. If we can do that because it's mainly wiring some hardware like a Raspberry Pi and then using that for stuff. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. No, I never installed my SSD. If I can swap it, I will swap it, pull it out and put it in the new machine and go on. There's no reason why. Oh, URLs. I don't know, maybe. I didn't do that, Mark. I would want to give you all the space posting URLs. It's YouTube. Alright. Someone asked about MBO2, I think, but I think he's meaning MBO3. And I can show you some new stuff about that. Let me open that first here. Yeah, okay, let me get that on screen, and there it is. So this is one of the posts from Jan from last week, 2 days ago actually. What he did is he was able to implement the Z80 DMA into his FPGA design, because he was talking about doing that with Victor Trucco from the next team, of course, and here's Victor with his next board, blue, what was it called? Blue, TB Blue, of course, yeah. But he, Jan describes here that he stopped coding his own DMA implementation, but he got the one from Victor and implemented that one, and it saved him a lot of time. And what you will not believe what you're seeing here. What DMA can do with a normal ZX Spectrum, this is a +2, is something like this. It will quit the music stream for a couple of seconds so you can hear it. This is what DMA can do, and it's unbelievable that this is just a normal ZX Spectrum, you know? I think it's unbelievable. And of course, there's not a real lot of software that uses a Z80 DMA, mainly because there are not many interfaces that had a DMA chip inside. And the reason for that is there are, I think, 2 brands of Z80 DMA chips, and one works quite well, not completely stable, and the other one doesn't work at all in the interface. Like the MBO2 had a Z80 DMA chip, and what was the other one called? The separate DMA chip. I forgot the name, but there's actually a separate DMA interface for the ZX Spectrum, which can do stuff like this. But it's very cool to see this, and I'm not sure if he's uploaded more stuff. I don't know, but it's very cool to see stuff like this. Look at that. And I was talking about with Jan about if this would be possible on the ZX HD, because I cannot believe that the ZX HD can keep up with the incredible high speed of what you're seeing here. Because what I think what DMA is doing is really being very time critical towards putting data on screen in sync with the ULA. What the ULA is actually outputting to your video signal. Nice. Okay. Well, of course, since the DMA routines came from Victor, the Next also has it implemented. So maybe there will be more demos like this one for a ZX Spectrum that we can run on an interface like the MBO3. Anyway, let's get back to that. So he's working on that, and I think it's really cool, and he's implementing a lot of other stuff. And we were also talking about things like implementing a keyboard and mouse interface into his designs. And I asked him if it might be possible to use those implementations for example, a small separate interface with a keyboard and mouse, USB keyboard and USB mouse, and using then, for example, a cheaper, smaller FPGA. We were talking about that, and if that would be possible, then maybe we can use the same designs as Jen is doing for the MBO3 Plus, and then reuse it for a separate keyboard and mouse interface, which would be cool, of course. We'll talk about that. I think he has to change his name to MBO3. I will talk about it with him, because this is his page name, I think, and this, of course, is his own name. Yeah, well, people can't wait for seeing things like this, but there are actually not many games supporting DMA. So when it comes to games, there are not many that can be downloaded from the old days, but maybe new titles will work with that. We'll see. All right. Well, I had a new tool in last week, and I always exaggerate a bit too much maybe. I said I got tools in, but actually it was one tool, and that was the desoldering machine here, and I don't think I can get it out because it's I put it in the corner here, but this is the gun used. So there's a vacuum cable here, and there's the heating element cable. And this works very well, and I want to show you. If you guys would like to see, I can do a live demo of the machine. Just say yes, and I will grab a board and do a bit of that. So I just will wait here and see if you guys say yes. Yes. Darren, did you just say you want a gender change? Yeah. No, just joking. Yes. Okay. Well, this machine is actually very cheap, and I saw Ian Gladhill mentioning it, and so I googled about the machine he was mentioning, and I'm not sure if it was the same type as this one, but he said it was very cheap. So I was curious about it, and I googled around and searched for alternatives or the same versions with a different branding or name or something. I found out it's only 90 euros or something, so it's really cheap for a machine like that. And it surprised me that what you can buy nowadays for only a couple of 10 euros, it's really, really cool. And of course, the machine that I'm waiting for is the most expensive one, but still not expensive if you compare it to what you could buy 10 years ago. So I pulled the board. And I will, yeah, there it is. I will show you it this way. Some people were asking me if I could swap the two cameras, but then I would have to relocate the two cameras, and it will be a lot of work. But I think the best solution in the future will be just getting a better second camera. So I hope you people can wait for that in the future. For now, it's just the low-res 720p camera here, which isn't that good of quality. But I think this one from Logitech was sold for only doing some video chats or something. I don't know, but it's garbage quality. It's really bad. These things are sold for that price. Anyway. Right. Okay. What I'm doing, I'm putting on the wrong machine, but I have to use my older soldering iron as well, because what I always do is I will put on this one as well. Then I was pre-solder the pins of the chip I want to get out, because it always helps to use new solder. It will speeds up the process by a lot. So let's just do this. And some people already ask how the new machine behaves, if it's good or not. And I have to say it's kind of a pain in the ass to work with, but once you get to know it a bit, it's useful. But it's not the easiest machine to use, and I'm saying that because when it works well. But if it's if the tubes are stuck, or the solder stuck in the tubes, then it's hard to get out, because there's a part of the end of the tube here that's not heated up hot enough, so the solder won't come out there when it's solidified again. So you have to you put it out with these tools, which are included with the machine. So these strange, what are files, maybe can you call it that. And one thing I encountered, you shouldn't hold it like this, so not vertically but horizontally, because otherwise it will get stuck in a couple of attempts. I'm not sure if you can exactly see what I'm doing here, but I will try, and we'll show it on the other camera what the result is. So you just have to put it to the board for a couple of seconds, and then just get all the stuff out by pushing the button. Sorry. And you really have to wait a couple of seconds, because if you don't do that, it will you have to reuse the new solder again, and it will take more time. Just wait for 2 seconds, for example. And I'm using the setting which Peter told me, it's 290 degrees, so just below 300, and it seems to be good enough. So this is really doing its job as it should. And I'm getting out the ROM chip at this moment, and you can hear it's already stuck. And this surprised me, because it wasn't stuck. But let's try to put it out. Of course, watch your hands. So I push it out, so it's good to go for now. But I will hold it a bit to the back now, so to avoid getting it stuck again. I think I can do it a bit faster than this, but you know, I'm actually chatting with you guys, and you can see it. Sorry, I'm sitting not completely underneath the camera. I am now. And it's stuck again. Yeah, this is strange why this is happening. Last week it wasn't doing this that often. So I'm not sure if I can get it out easily now. I'll have to use this one. Come on, man! And this is the hard part, and maybe I can modify it a bit. I've seen some modifications online, so that's what you get with a cheap machine, but this is of course not what I want to do all the time. It's really stuck, and if I don't manage to get it out now, I will work on it tomorrow. It's a flaw of the machine, I think, and I don't know what's doing this often at this moment. But I think I just have to cut a bit of the metal from the end of the tube, because it's really stuck, and it won't open up again. I'm using the thicker one now, but I don't think I will get in, because the opening is not wide enough. Nope. So that's what you get. Yeah, well, some people often burn their fingers. Yeah, I'm not sure why this is getting stuck so often. I don't know. But I've read that more people are coping with the same issue. And maybe yours is not made by the same company. I'm not sure. Maybe the machine is in the the gun is from some other brand, I don't know. But it's not getting open in any way, so I do really have to let it cool down and do it again. So this wasn't the perfect demo, and I was coping with this last week as well, but when I got it in, it's almost open, but not completely. Come on. Come on. It's almost open. You can feel it. This is not what I want to do all the time, of course. You can imagine that. So I don't think it will come off. And opening it means you have to pull the glass cylinder here, which isn't very easy. No, not a solution at this moment. That's why, Peter, I use it at a higher temperature, because I was thinking that maybe it wouldn't get stuck as much then. But at this moment, it's stuck again. Maybe I will turn it up to 325 degrees again. So, but anyway, let's finish this one by hand. And I think if the machine works as it should, I'm sure I will get it to work just fine. Just have to do some slight modifications. Then it will speed up this work, and which will mean that if people have the boards refurbished, for example, and chips need to be desoldered or removed, for example the ULA socket, that will require less time, so people will have to pay less money, and everyone is happy. Is it ready to pull? I think so. And of course you always have to be careful with the broken wires on the board. There's one pin stuck here. Not anymore, so I can get it out now. Right. So result, I cannot see what I'm doing here. The result is a quite clean, removed socket without damaging the board in any way. So that's what I want, but then with the machine, of course, and not by hand. Anyway, Manuel, good evening. Yeah, of course, but if the machine does the job well, then it will it will speed up things. Okay. Yeah, Renee, just like you said, I think just have to use a higher temperature, and but maybe also do some slight modifications. It won't be the hardest part. What's OBS? What are you talking about? OBS is what I'm using here. Switching between scenes. Anyway, so it's not a perfect thing, but it should do the job if it's working correctly. I think I will just get up my Dremel and grind off a bit of the cylinder in the internal part of the machine. Anyway, all right. So I ordered a lot of Sinclair stuff last week. None of them has come in yet. But what I did is I ordered two things today. I just picked it up a couple of hours ago. Just get it over there. Oh man, this is heavy. And why is it heavy? Because it's an old Pentium 4. Not the machine on top. That's something else. Oh man. Just put this away. So this is a Pentium 4 machine. Man, it's heavy, man. What's in here? Why did I buy this? Because the laptop I bought a couple of weeks ago at the thrifting store failed me today. I don't know why. I did a couple of checks. I thought maybe the ROM or CPU was bad. So I made it, opened up the machine, and at the end I didn't get any any boots at all. So I put it away and was looking around for another machine, and I bought this one for only a couple of euros because the guy wanted to get rid of it. But it's a complete Pentium 4 with XP code, actually, CD-ROM drive, floppy drive, which is mandatory for the things I have to do with it. The sound card installed, network card, but I won't use network on old machines like this because I don't trust it. I don't want viruses here in house. I'm just careful with it. But I want to look in how it looks inside because, well, I think it's cool to see these old machines. And this is not the oldest, of course, but it's quite old. I think it's 10 years, 15 years? 15 years, I think. Pentium 4, yeah, maybe. It's a strange looking hard drive here. I don't know which one it is. 40 gigabytes, wow. It's an IDE drive. I think it is. The guy said 2 gigabytes of RAM. And what I'm going to install here is just MS-DOS and oh, it's 512 megabytes in total. We're going to install DOS and Real Spectrum as an emulator, and SanDisk, I think that's the name of the utility that allows you to transfer disk images to real disk and vice versa. It's a cool looking machine. It's an Intel board with an Intel chipset and 3 PCI slots and a ventilator at the back here. Why is there a bracket inside? I've never seen that before. Anyway, and a huge speaker. That's ridiculous, man. And I think it's made of thick steel, that's why it's so heavy. But it's complete, only paid a couple of euro. We tested it, so it should work. Well, Renee, in a week or so I will take the desktop with me, the other one, and we will swap it at the event in Marse. But this one will just keep the Pentium 4 because I need one with a floppy drive. Why should I use FreeDOS if I have MS-DOS? I have everything on disk here, it's not a problem. I even have 3 cabinets of 5 1/4 discs, a couple of hundreds, so lots of stuff there. Yeah, but yeah, of course you can use XP. I think Real Spectrum even runs under XP, but I'm not completely sure if you can use the real disk access or direct disk access. I have to check that. Maybe if you install the what was it? I have to check it. I have to check what works and what not. I don't know. Okay. Well, I just need MS-DOS. It's good enough for me. Anyway, just checking. Yeah. Okay. The other thing I bought was this laptop here, and this is a Core 2 Duo laptop from HP. I think the battery is still working, but it's empty because I think he said it was working, but not sure if you checked it out. And I need this because the pick and place machine needs a controller machine. It's the machine itself doesn't run on its own, so it needs a PC connected to run the software. And I don't want to use my server here because that one I must be able to do other things on the server without creating problems with the pick and place machine. So I want to have them run separately. So I thought, why not buy a cheap old laptop, and this one was only a couple of €10, so it was cheap as well. Let's see what it does. Power on, man. It's power on. Right, just got another message from Jan. More stuff he's planning on integrating into the MBO3. Replace disk and strike any key. Okay, so it has a hard drive, but nothing is installed, I think. Maybe it's no hard drive in. Could be. I'm not sure, because he had 3 of these, and I think he said a couple of them didn't have a hard drive. But it's not a problem, because I said that I have an SSD laying around here anyway, so we'll use that. Nope, there's nothing in. So I have to get out the SSD and push it in, but we'll do that another time. I don't know how much memory is installed, but I think the battery is dead. So, which isn't a problem, because when I will use it, I will just pull out the battery. But it's a cool enough laptop for the pick and place machine controller. Let's see. I don't need Linux, I don't need DOS or FreeDOS, I just need MS-DOS. What's the problem? For me it's good enough, you know. I've used it for 20 years or something, and it wasn't a problem back then, so it won't be a problem now. Anyway, so this is the new stuff I got in during the last couple of days, but not yet the other things I need to... I ordered from several websites. Let's just pull this out without electrocuting myself. Okay. Alright. So, the only thing remaining on my program at this moment is maybe doing some live repairs. But I am a bit tired, so I think I will just open up the boxes from the people who send me their stuff, which I need to work on, and work on that tomorrow, because I have plenty of other stuff to finish, like dual floppy drive sets and more stuff. And I did a lot of work already today, so let's get this open. I don't think you can read. No, you cannot see anything. So, but I want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing here. So we'll just remove the address, and I will share my screen with you. So this was one of the repairs that came in. Now I forgot what's inside here, because I have 2 boxes of the same guy. I think this is an interface, and the other one is the machine or a board. So what's in here? Oh, of course. Yeah. Well, this is not a machine. This is not a board. This is something special, in my opinion. And I think you're allowed to drool if you want to, because this is part of one of the most wanted machines at this moment, I think. Oh man, I can't get it out. That's what she said. Alright, so what we're looking at here is a SAM drive, an original one. Let's see. No, it's another machine. It's a SAM Coupe drive, a SAM drive. So, man, I'm looking at 2 different things here. That's not useful. And the problem with this one is it makes noises. It hasn't been used for 17 years, I think he told me, because he was the first owner of the SAM Coupe which this was in. But he hasn't used it for many years, and now it doesn't work anymore. So most probably it needs a new belt, because these ones work with a belt. And the other thing is that I think Ian Gledel posted some information about these drives needing some small new parts to get working again, electronic parts, and I think I saved that information. Maybe you can look it up, because I save a lot of information when I read it. Let's see where it is. So I had the let's see, development. I made a product index. I've shown that to you guys before, but let's get it up here and we'll show you in a second. Just a second, please. Sam floppy. Oh no, I didn't put it here. I'm afraid I didn't save the info, so I have to look it up again. I don't know where I left it, but I think Iron Gödel or someone else wrote some information about refurbishing a Sam Coupe drive, and I really hope it's in one of the well-known Facebook groups, because if not, we'll have a hard time trying to find it. I will not do it right now. We'll do it tomorrow, I think. Anyway, too bad that I can't find it at this moment. Really would have liked finding it, but I can't. Right. So let's just open it up for a second. I always work with boxes to put in the stuff, so I have to get a box right now. Otherwise, I will. Some parts will get lost, and we don't want that. And I have plenty of plastic boxes here, but for these things I just use cardboard boxes because I have many of them. Right. So, these are the parts, and I actually don't know if the belt's on the bottom or on top. I'm not sure anymore, but I have to check that. Another screw here, and this is one that's so tiny that I need to put it in the plastic bag. Make sure it's not lost. Haha! Mark, I have a Sam, you know. Otherwise I would have told this guy that I couldn't test it. Hey Wilfred, good evening. Alright, so you have the same issue with some of your drives, Rene? Because if I can find the topic again with the repair information, I can see the belt here. And the belt is very loose. I can see it... Oh, it should work, I think. No, I think the belt is too old. But the thing is, it's going. I'm not sure if I can show you. It's the belt is. This is the large wheel, and the belt goes this way, and then to the motor here, and then back. So it goes through a couple of wheels. So I have to check. Anyway, it's there are two things that really frustrate me with these drives. One is that they're specific thin version of the Citizen drives. I think this one were from Citizen, yes, from Citizen, and these were about only used for the Sam Coupe machines, and so you cannot obtain one. And if someone would like to have one, then it's hard to find because they're almost immediately sold when they're offered on eBay or something. The second bad thing is that Miles Gordon Technology decided to put the controller on. Let's just show it here. The controller on the drive and not on the main board of the Sam Coupe. So the controller is actually here on the board of the drive, and it's soldered to the drive itself. So there's a proprietary connector here which is soldered to the floppy drive and to the interface board. So it's really a pain in the arse to find a replacement. And of course, Colin Pidgeot, I think is his name. He sells the he sells the replacement 3.5 inches drives, but but I think having an original is far better than using a replacement. I still have a couple of these drives because I once found a lot on eBay. I think 3 drives and 1 worked and two didn't. But because I found the topic, refurbishment topic for these drives, I'm giving them a try again. And I think I will do that at the same time when I'm refurbishing this one. So I have to put it aside for this moment. Let's just put it here. Let's get out the other boxes here. This is one, and this is another one. Whoa! Oh, I don't want to show his name because of privacy, you know. Okay. Right. Maybe some people don't mind, but I just want them to be able to say that themselves. Alright, I think there was a toast rack board in here. There's some hoarders on the channel here. Yes, this is a toast rack. It's not mine. And what's this? Oh, it's a dead interface, I think. I think he blew up some interface and more. What's this? This power supply. So there were some problems with the toast rack, which damaged the Pro 1 interface as well. So I have to solve all of them. There's some Danish text on the label here. Software tags ikke retur Hisfril Volkslingen Erbrut Venlik Hilsen from Dansoft. I wonder if that still exists. I don't know. Let's see what this machine does. Because why not? Oh, it boots up just fine. Oh, it's keyboard issue. I think maybe it was just some refurbishment things. I don't know. I think it's just refurbishment. I think. I'm not sure. It works, so that's not an issue. Now the only question is, what was wrong with the DiffMMC interface? What should I do? I need a test board. I will just use this one, I'm not afraid. This is a Harlequin board, of course. And if I damage it, we'll have to fix it, but we'll see. No. Okay, so this interface has some defects as well. I have to check that. Maybe he has used it on a +2, I'm not sure, because I think he told me that he tried it on a +2A or +3, I'm not sure. And those machines are known of having bad power supplies and destroying the machine itself and add-ons like DiffMMC. And it would really surprise me if the Pro 1 would be damaged, because it would be the first one. So I really have to find out what happened to this Pro 1, because this one has a quite robust voltage regulator. Then I'm 1117, and it's hard to kill one of those, so I really have to check that. Okay, you guys want a new membrane? Okay, we'll do a new membrane. Let's just do that. Just for the fun of it, you know. It's only a couple of seconds work. And Peter's stuff just arrived an hour or two ago, so I have a membrane here. Easy. Yeah, this is really old. Oh man, it's completely dead. The ULA chip needs a heatsink, and Sinclair managed to source these ULA IC sockets, which are I think 48 pin or something, but they're so high, so it makes it impossible to add a heatsink without replacing or removing the IC socket first. So how many times have you replaced the keyboard membrane? I've done a couple. More than a couple, I think. Maybe 100 until now, don't know, maybe more than so many. I need to get this on my lap here, because otherwise the keys will push up the membrane again. I don't want that. I really like these drills because they automatically stop, and these are so cheap. I think only 15 euro at IKEA, something like that. I like good working cheap stuff. So I don't really like the desoldering station, which is not working correctly at all. Of course, if it keeps messing up, I will contact the seller and discuss a solution with him or her. I don't know. Hey, I'm missing one screw. Is it my bad? What did I do? I don't know. Anyway, this is the same size. That's not an issue at all. And you always have to be careful with pushing in these. Alright. So this board also has to get new capacitors, and I have to check what he sent me by email, because maybe the Z80 chip doesn't allow interfaces to work because of a better M1 line or something. So that was it, the membrane. Let's check it out. Yep, that works. So that's not a problem at all. Let's see if new interface works. Where is my diff MMC? Alright, just need to add a jumper here. Okay, so M1 line works just fine. Not a problem at all. Don't have sound. Oh, the answer key is stucking, so I clean that with a Vaseline. Was that Aeon? I think it was Aeon. I found a cool new demo this morning, but I forgot the name. I don't know, what's happening here? That something is not entirely correct. Something, I think it's the... I haven't cleaned the edge connector, so clean the edge connector then. Let's do that. Well, Renee, you just like lap dances, don't you? Smile. But you're still single, so Oh no, you're not. You're not. Sorry, I'm just. My bad. You're not single. You told me. Okay, let's look it in. But your girlfriend won't allow lap dances from someone else, I guess. Only from her. Anyway, let's see. Ian, I think it's in here. Seems to work fine now. But where did I leave it? Where did I leave it? Oh, here it is. Look at that. Okay. Pull him up. So the machine is completely working. The only thing I don't like is the mess from the sound. So what I do is just cut the capacitor and the picture is a lot better in 1 second. Alright. I was running this demo on the ZX HD this morning and it really did so much better. Yeah, I also like the PCB keyboards, Thomas, and I have something here from Peter to assemble and to see how much time it will take, and there's more news coming in time. This is a cool demo if you know it maybe. The only thing is that the sound is a bit low. So it's now at maximum. It's mono because it doesn't have a kit or something. Stereo kit. But this demo is quite cool. Where's my remote? Alright. I can look at demos like this for hours, you know. I think this looks better on camera as well. Just a bit more color, but color is maximum. Do you guys like demos as well? So the only thing that's remaining to unbox, but I think I already get it out. No, I didn't. I think I showed it last week, did I? 2 weeks ago. I'm not sure. This ZX81 that needs to be refurbished. So I can see it needs new rubber feet. We'll do that. Doesn't fit. And I'm not sure if this one was working, so I have to do a lot of checks first. Probably have to do a composite video modification. I have thousands of demos, maybe everything that's ever been made, I'm not sure. And there's still new demos written for demo parties all around the world, but mostly in Eastern Europe. And I think it's very cool because the guys there are absolutely crazy what they do with the ZX Spectrum. Oh. Right, that's the last one. Now there are a couple of more things this one needs. That's a new keyboard membrane, I can see it from here. And some checks. The edge connector is really dirty. It's a lot of Ugh, I don't know what's sitting on there. Looks like grease or something. And maybe you've seen the interview with Sir Clive from a couple of years ago, I think. I'm not sure how old it is. Look what happened. I just pulled it and all the parts came off, you know? But that's what you get with really old membranes. So part is stuck here now. But Sir Clive really likes the ZX81 the most because of it only uses 3 chips. Ah man, I can't get it out. It's really falling apart. I'm not sure if I can get it out. I will try, but I'll do my best. That's one part, one piece. Here comes the second. Yeah, it's out. It's out. Okay. We were lucky. This is way too wobbly. It should be more fastened, more tightened. But this is an actual nice board. A red solder mask on it. Issue 3. I'm not sure how many issues were made of the ZX81. I don't know. But it's really cool that it only has 3 chips, so the ROM, the CPU and the ULA, and then of course 2 RAM chips here for 1K. The owner told me he had some problems with loading from tape, I think. And now I was able to get brand new focus. Brand new mic and earplugs. So these are totally new. They come with these rings, which I of course won't use, but ugly rings. But anyway, they're still available, and I found them, fortunately. They're a bit different from the original, I think. But only a bit. If you compare the two, you cannot see it on camera. But anyway, they are a bit different, and they're 4 legs instead of 3. So I have to cut 1 leg maybe, because I don't know if the board has... No, the board only allows you to put 3 of the legs through. But it's great that you can still obtain those plugs and swap them out. I always disliked ZX81s because I had no idea how to load software from tape, because the screen is messed up when you try to load software. But I think I have to try again, because I want to make sure that I'm able to test this board completely. So the first thing I will have to do is clean the edge connector, which is really dirty. I'm not sure what it's on. Anyway. Maybe there's just never been an interface on this edge connector at all, which looks a lot like that. I'll leave it here for now, because I'm not going on with that. Anyway, at the back you've seen the awesome demo called Aeon. And with a ZX81 sound card, it sounds a lot better, because the volume is pretty low at this moment. It sounds a bit distorted as well, but you know how it works. Right. I'm not sure what the demo does when it finishes. Oh, it just goes on. Anyway, enough for today, I think. Oh man, you missed everything, guesser. because I was just finishing the show. We had some fun with lots of things. I was just unpacking some stuff to repair. I just did a membrane replacement, and of course I have to write down that I already did it, because otherwise I may forget again. So that's why I use this. What I use these checklists for. So I have some space with the left side to write down what I already did. So I'll power it off now, and just need to keep it together here in this box. And get another small bag to put the screws in, but that's not interesting for you guys. Just want to make sure I'm not making them disappear. Alright, let's put this on top. Oh, that was stupid because there were screws in there. I need another bag. We'll do that in a second. Won't do that now. Not a big problem. Anyway. Thank you guys for watching, and maybe I'm online for some tomorrow. What's the camera doing? Because I have to do some repairs, and I like to live stream that. And of course to do the giveaway of the ZX-HD. It's on my to-do list for tomorrow. I hope I can manage, but I still have lots of production work to work on. So I have to see what I can do tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. Anyway, if not tomorrow, I will continue on Sunday. And I think tomorrow it's good weather, so there won't be many people live anyway. So maybe Sunday is a better day to do some live streaming. We'll see. So, guys, thank you for tonight, and we'll see you in another show. And let's put on the commercial. Head over to zxspectrum.shop to buy brand new add-ons for your ZX Spectrum. Lots of different products are available. For example, the ZX-HD HDMI interface, or the FMC Enjoy Pro 1 SD card interface, and lots more. Set a currency preference to British pounds or euro, and check out easily. Also found on our website are links to our Facebook page with weekly updates of all kinds of ongoing projects. And of course, do subscribe to our YouTube channel with lots of reviews and the ByteDelight weekly show episodes.